breed, hydro crew.
I still think it needs some work.
We're badass mercenaries. We're stationed in the hydroponics bay. What about this name doesn't fit?
Hey, I want a cool mercenary group name just as much as everybody else, but it should be the right one.
As long as we agree, Mole Mercs is off the table.
Well, yes, obviously.
An underground garden. My folks would never believe it.
What the hell? How'd you get down here? No, we haven't heard of you. Who introduces themselves like that?
Also, desert isn't a word. It's pronounced dessert. Did you also say assert instead of assert?
The Desert Rangers. It's a pretty good name for a mercenary crew, though. Evokes wealth and class.
We're not afraid of you.
If you want to brawl, knock yourselves out. need a band-aid. The size of a truck.
Always heard the Buchanan family bunker was somewhere under Broadmoor. Could this be?
Call the recruiter.
about to make my last installment on the farm.
Y'all ready to rumble? Let's go!
Gotcha.
Taking the shot! Bury me with the money.
I see one!
Fuck you!
Yippee-ki-yay!
never seen the bunkers where my ancestors rode out the bombs. I doubt they were as nice as this.
Here, chick. Say, what's that you got on your neck?
What's that sting?
Kinda humid in here, ain't it?
There are worse places to ride out an apocalypse.
Destiny provides. You'd better be here to rescue me. I'm not trading one set of jailers for another. End these bastards and let me out of this cage!
Where my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the faithful line of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the fires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evildoers and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. sea. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. The coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He'd loose the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen him in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They've built him an altar in the evildoers and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the eve of do's and don'ts. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. The coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have built him an altar in the eve of do's and don'ts. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free. While God is marching.
Engaging the targets!
The coming of the Lord, trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at. He hath loosed the lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching. I've seen him the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and dews. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring light. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Where the grapes are at the store, he hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. sea. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Of his terrible swift sword, his truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps, an altar in the evening dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He'd loose the fateful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They've builded him an altar in the evildoers and lamps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
something, all right.
Oh. Oh my. That is foul.
Thanks for the rescue. Now, who are you? Never heard of you. What's this about? Dirt on Buchanan. I am his dirt. That's why he buried me here. I am warlord of the Scar Collectors, greatest slavers of the Colorado Plains. When the Patriarch came east to put us down, we gave him more than he bargained for. Stopped him cold. I know he tells his people he secured his borders by beating us. Makes himself out a real hero. Bullshit. He made a deal. Gave the Scar Collectors, Payasos, and Godfishers money and supplies to hunt east and keep the smaller gangs out.
I don't believe you. The Patriarch would never do such a thing.
You wouldn't believe what your Patriarch would do. Security is the enemy of ambition. Got so used to having the Patriarch hand me my living that I forgot my destiny. An oracle told my mother I was born to make the Wakarusa Redlegs the greatest horde in Kansas. Was going to use the Scar Collectors to unite the Colorado gangs, then lead them home to take what's mine. But the deal with the Patriarch made me lazy. And Destiny's a jealous bitch. Ignore her, and she'll have her revenge. Another Buchanan. After Liberty failed to take her daddy's throne, she ran our way. Realized pretty soon she could turn our gangs against us by telling them about the deal we made with her father, which we'd kept secret. She told him we'd settled for table scraps when we could have had the whole of Colorado. That we'd become guard dogs when we could have been kings, which was the truth. So the gangs rose up. Star the Dreams overthrew clouds drifting west to lead the Godfishers. Let Chirito kill Slapstick to take the Payasos, and that rat Steel Trap jumped me and sold me to a bauxite mine. Now he's running the Scar Collectors. Not for long. Another stupid mistake. Wasn't hard escaping the mine, but then I ran to Buchanan. Asked him for help taking back the Scar Collectors. Promised him I'd capture his daughter for him, rein in the gangs. Fool. He told me I was weak and useless. Threw me in here. Well, I was weak. I let him distract me from my destiny with easy living. Now I'm back on track, and he will die for seducing me. Once I take back the gangs from Liberty, I'll lead them east, away from your pretty little city, and use them to once again become ruler of the Wakarusa Redlegs, and then all of Kansas, as was ordained. But there's one thing I gotta do before I leave Colorado. Put the Patriarch's head on a spike. If you want that too, maybe we can walk the same path for a time. What do you say? Could you use another gun? Make them quick. When I was born, my mother carved 12 lines into me, symbolizing the 12 trials I would overcome before I ruled all of Kansas. I've been crossing them out ever since. Once I take back the Scar Collectors, I cross out the 11th.
Yeah, seriously.
If a man is destined to be free, then he'll be free. If he's a slave now and doesn't think that's his destiny, then he should fight for it. Like I have. Can't be a Scar Collector without modding yourself. Part of getting jumped in. I chose the arm. Can't wait. Lead on. Looks like you're full up. Like I said, I'll meet you back at your HQ.
Was all that gunfire? Nobody should have gotten here. Keep that old bastard still. Orders are to keep him alive. You're the ones who've been shooting up the place. You saying you killed everybody else? Son of a bitch. It doesn't matter. We got orders, and we don't piss ourselves at the likes of you.
Time for talking's over.
Bury me. The money.
Assessing the target.
It wasn't worth it. Life goes for cheap.
Flanking the target.
Eyes on target.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Who's there? You removed my captors. Good. Now, take me out of here. I must die under the sky. Then end my life here. Better than waiting. It is not mercy that keeps me from killing you. For not knowing my name, my body betrays me. I am clouds drifting west, leader and prophet of the God-fishers, slayer of unbelievers, launcher of 1,000 kites.
Holy. I've heard of this guy. Everybody who fought in the Plains Wars knows what he did. He's killed more people than hunger.
Buchanan's daughter turned my people against me. They beat me, broke my bones, but I escaped. Came here, ordered Buchanan to make good on our deal. He turns his back and drags me here. May lightning strike him. Deal. He paid me tribute so that I would not raid his lands. Men, women, he delivered to us offerings for kites. Raise them to the gods.
What? Are you serious?
You think he is not capable? A man who rules with a hammer?
You are lying! The Patriarch would never trade innocent lives for security.
Believe what you want, girl.
Man, I hope that's not true. The Patriarch's been good to us.
And to me for a time. Don't know. Didn't care. Just blood to bait the gods down from the sky.
Not buying it. Never heard about anything like this, and I hear all the dirt. At least I think I do.
Shut off the machine beside my bed. Gods, prepare my welcome. I am coming home.
Moving on.
Well, that was an anticlimax.
blade. The size of a truck.
Isn't it great to be alive?
Take luck.
bury me with the money.
Gotcha!
Good work, everybody.
Waker 19, this is Dead Red calling those November Cowboys one more time. Heard you met Ironclad Cordite. So now that you've talked to Cordite, you know what the Patriarch is really like, right? Glad to hear it, and what he told you ain't the half of it. Someday, I'll tell you some real horror stories. Is he with you now? Let's just say there are places where our hopes for the future overlap. Now, do you have him or not? Sorry, cowboys. Not till I can trust you a little bit more. Now, don't keep me in suspense. Is he with you? Glad to hear it. Do your best to keep him alive. He could really help us out when things start happening. For now, just keep helping the Patriarch collar his kids. We're with him on that. Can't have a bunch of rabid animals running around loose, can we? Although, I guess he wants you to bring him back alive. We don't care so much about their condition. Fact is, Colorado will be a whole lot safer without him. The Patriarch's heirs will always have a claim on this land, and from what I hear, they're even worse than Buchanan himself. Anyhow, I'll be in touch. Dead Red, over and out.
Poor Lucia.
That's the last time anyone saw the Patriarch. He was down at the old airbase to greet the Rangers.
Look
I
at all
think.
this.
Before that,
Team November, this is Ranger HQ. A couple vehicles rolled up and set up right outside our base. Real shady characters. Their leader is a woman named La Perla, who claims to have business with the Rangers, but won't specify what it is to us. Ring any bells? Figured. We'll keep them outside the base for you to deal with in good time. Over and out.
Rangers uncover human smuggling conspiracy! Subversive leader arrested!
us our fortunes. How does that sound? Over! Aha! I knew you'd be up for this. Charlie knows you visited the bazaar, and you know how important it is to trade in Colorado. And more importantly, how wealthy it is. Problem is, the monster army holding it is weak. Without your help, they'd already be gone. But sooner or later, someone is gonna wipe them out. So why not make it a cartel stronghold? With your help, it'll be easy, and you'll be well compensated for your contribution. Well, since Mr. Brygo's gone, Charlie has found himself bereft of gainful employment. But when opportunity comes knocking, who does Charlie know who's efficient and can handle themselves in a fight? You help me with this, and there'll be no hard feelings about the nightclub business, Red Hats. It's simple economics. Why wouldn't you? I dealt straight with you so far, right? Didn't I tell you the truth about McTavish? Don't I always tell you the truth? Come on, Red Hats, it's me, your old buddy Charlie. Don't worry, your old buddy Charlie won't sell you short. We just need a little assistance, and you'll be paid handsomely. I knew you'd say that. All right, we have a hideout not far from the bazaar entrance, near the old parking lot. We'll hold up there and wait for you. Bring your whole team, and the bazaar will be ours.
Got some business for you, if you have the cojones. Peace, strangers. We all know both sides are armed and lethal, so why don't we just skip the posturing and get to business, huh? A girl I own ran away recently, and it's proving harder than expected to track her down. She seems to sense us when we get too close. On the other hand, she'd never suspect. Hell with your reputation for rescuing little lost lambs, she might even seek you out. So, what you say, hmm? Want to find her for us? That bothers you? You find it unethical? You kill crazy corpse-robbing, tyrant-funded gun jockeys are offended at how I make my living? Sorry, compadres. This is the end times. Nothing but us devils left. I'm La Perla, and these are my boys.
I know you.
Ah, yes. Cordite. We've done business before. Tell your friends I'm a plain dealer, huh?
You were square with me.
Nelly? No. Hallie, I think. Anyway, her new owner will rename her. What's important is her description. Early 20s, blonde, shapely, skin like a princess. You'll know her when you see her, I promise you. She'll make your little hearts go Peter-pat.
What are you doing? Why are we even talking to this slaver?
Take it easy, farm girl. Leave matters of business to the adults, huh? You know the sealed rooms in your base? Bet you're curious what's inside them. Bueno, I'll tell you for free. It's old world tech. The kind people waged wars for. And I know the codes. In the name of good faith, I'll give you one now. 900-909-3500. Test if you like. I'll wait. You'll get the second code. The one that gets you into the room with the even better goodies. When you bring me my lost little lamb. used to stay here all the time before we moved east. Had plenty of time to explore all its nooks and crannies. Hey, don't worry. No hard feelings about you taking it over. We like our new home on the plains. Those warlords have a lot of money to spend. Not a problem. Come see me when you've kitted yourselves out in your fancy new gear. Adios, compadres.
Good luck out there.
Find that synth in Colorado Springs yet? Oh, no muss, no fuss. How about that? All right, then. Here's the cash, as promised. Now, one more thing. I was kinda afraid you'd be as pussy as the AZ Rangers, but it looks like you're serious. So I've got another proposal for you. We need a base of operations for our synth hunt, and it looks like you've got plenty of space. What do you say? Can we set up shop here? Ranger squad I ran with in AZ was a chicken outfit. Failed to utilize me properly. Paid the price for it. But you did okay here, so I'm giving you a chance. Great. We'll find a corner and keep out of the way. And just to make the deal sweeter, how'd you like to pick up a few more bounties? Like I told you, synths communicate with each other long distance. That means when I hack October 11's head, I'll be able to find its friends. Unfortunately, we're still on the trail of a pack of eastbound synths right now, so we can't stop and hunt for these. But it's gotta be done, so I'll pay you to do it. Cash for each head. You want the job? Great. Now, let me just crack this egg. You see that light in the center? That's our current location. Actually, October 11's head. Those other lights around the middle one? Those are the other synths. Lot of interference. Maybe near a radio tower. Maybe two. Lots of other smaller EM signals, too. Probably got a whole bunch of robots around to protect it. There's some wobble in the location signal, which means it's bouncing off the mountains from the foothills. That flickering means there's interference, so it's probably underground. Maybe it's coming from some kind of bunker or mine. Or maybe a nuclear silo inside a dormant volcano. Like some kind of supervillain. Signal's imprecise, bouncing around. Maybe in the mountains. Great. The sooner you end them, the sooner you get paid.
Heard you killed that synth that was hiding downtown. If anything can make Wolf smile, that'd be it.